So today on the channel we continue making our way through Wave 3 of the Transformers Earthrise line. And this is Trailbreaker. As a matter of fact, I would make the argument that he might be the actual best of the wave. Why? Well, we're about to find out because this guy's going to be our focus in the latest GotBot True review. Hey all, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, your most humble host, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. As always, man, please like, comment, share, of course, subscribe, and while you're at it, light them up, baby. And hit that notification bell, please. It helps me out a ton. It lets you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, The Everything Factor, Transformers Collectors NL, The Autobot Family, Transformers vs. G.I. Joe vs. DC Universe vs. Marvel, and Autobot City Central, as well as all of my social media links, all of that mouthful, down in the description below. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. You can check us out on Patreon. You can see what we offer to you through Teespring, or of course you can hit the join button right here on YouTube. And this is Trailbreaker Wave 3 Earthrise. I think that this might very well, as I said, be the best of Wave. It's so strange. When I first saw the mold for Hoist, I was like, there's a lot of hollowness, I don't know. But then I learned that he actually has more mass. I learned he functions well, but I feel like things are even more smooth here. I feel like that this is actually the stronger use of the mold. I like Hoist. I think it's great, and I think this guy is even better. But don't just take my word for it. How about we head over to the table and take a closer look at this guy? And so we have our second offering in Wave 3 of Earthrise, that being Trailbreaker. So happy to have this guy. I was sold on him the moment I saw him. I'll explain why as we get into it, of course. But before we get into it, we're going to have to take a look at the packaging first. I will note right now that we have him in vehicle mode. We already looked at the conversion of this mold, technically, from the way he comes in package, robot, to vehicle, when we looked at Hoist. And that was in episode 673. I'm going to tell you now, I think that this is even a better use of the mold. But before all that jazz, man, we got to look at the packaging. It's nice. It's Earthrise packaging, of course. A really nice looking version of our boy Trailbreaker on the side here. And on the back we have, naturally, the product images. It is what it is. We've got ourselves some minty fresh instructions. They're nice. They're Earthrise instructions. It shows how to put his back piece on, his truck cover. I don't even know what you call it. I don't know the proper terms for these things. We have Cybertronian stats here. I personally always leave the truck cover on, but we'll talk about that when the time kind of comes. Yeah, they're good. They're Earthrise instructions. And here we have our boy Trailbreaker, and I like this. I really do. We have the silver rims, though I wish right in the center there was also silver. I'll live. We have his little, like, red, orange, and yellow striping. Now, there's more here than was actually on the animation model, but you know what? Like, I'm cool with it. This is kind of how I remember the guy. There's supposed to be like a little blue light bar, I suppose you'd call it, right here. But that's not there. I don't know if anyone is even going to notice, to be honest with you. It's the only reason I remember it and notice is because I explicitly looked up the animation model again to refresh myself on what this guy's supposed to look like. There is a bit of a black mismatch. The black plastic that's used is like a warm black. It's almost like a super dark brown. And the paint that's used on the hood, which, by the way, does have an Autobot symbol as it should, is like more of a cold, stark black. It's not so jarring. I don't even know if you notice it here on camera, but you notice it kind of to the naked eye. I don't care too much. Now, it would have been nice if the windows on the side here were painted a bit of a blue. Maybe the windows on the side here a bit of a blue. Maybe even on the front a bit of a blue. But you know what? Since they did all of the windows in black, whether like kind of translucent, or I guess I should say smoky, or they just left them unpainted, at least it's more uniform, and I'm okay with it being uniform. The guy can roll, though again, like Hoist, it is very tight. He comes with one accessory. It's really his blaster. Well, he comes with a couple of accessories, oddly, but one main one is his blaster. It's supposed to go pegged in the very top up here. By the way, if you have the Centurion pack, and you have that little satellite dish, you could put that up there. Sadly, my Centurion pack that I was sourcing through someone It got canceled, so I'm not getting it, sadly, because it's not available outside of the United States. Way to go, Hasbro, just saying. The kind of, I'll call it hand blaster. While that can go up here, you can stick it in this forearm, and it comes out underneath here. Very much like the cone of Hoist did. So it does stick out ever so slightly on the front. It's up to you if that bothers you or not. I like it. Like I said, I think this is the better use of the mold. Everything here pegs together just a little bit more securely, or at least I find on my copy, than it does on Hoist. I'm not going to give any grades yet. We'll wait till we get them in robot mode, but things are okay in vehicle mode. To do the transformation, we kind of begin by picking this up and opening out those arms and taking that piece off. We should be able to, hopefully, it's so hard to kind of get things moving here because it's all sort of so pegged together. I took that off. Way to go. I guess I'll show this now since I took that off. It just goes on over a little rectangular tab here. And this can flip up, and this can flip up in this mode, or robot mode, I guess. We'll leave that down for now. I'm just trying to get all of this sort of, it's all tabbed in so securely. There's a leg down, and ugh. There's an arm out. Holy moly. And we will flip that leg down. On this side, we're going to do the same sort of thing. There, we pick that back piece up. I can let you know how well this is actually tolerance, though, that it pegs together this well. Bring that down, open it out. Bring this out to the side. We will stand the guy up, and we bring the waist down. Beautiful. Now, naturally, because he's standing up, he's going at a frame, we're going to have to readjust things. There we go, that's a little better. Just to straighten that up, we're going to take the hood section and we bring this all the way down, like that. We're going to take the arms and we rotate down. We bring these down and we just orient them so the elbow is facing forward and the hand is facing the right way. Again, elbow forward, hand the right way. Then we can come here and flip up his head. We bring this down on the back, and when we bring it down, we do have a red rectangular tab here that goes to a slot right there. So it should actually tab into place. We bring this up over, we bring this up over. If, like me, you took off this piece and you want it back, well, you can put it on his arm like a shield, or you can put it back here on his back securely. And last but not least, you can take this and it goes down nicely over his hand, and it makes it look like he has his blaster hand thing. Easy transformation. I think even better than it was on Hoist. I'm going to give the transformation a solid 10. With a 10 for the transformation, and seeing him next to this guy, the Combiner Wars, my heavily customized Combiner Wars Trailbreaker, who I looked at in episode 137. Honestly, the Earthrise one is the clear winner. It's heavier, it's bigger, it's more correct in the like robot silhouette. He has, you know, his kind of hood tummy chest section, but he doesn't seem like bulbous. He still seems just strong and burly. I love it. I'm going to say that the paint apps, honestly, they're at least a 9. I know that there's a slight mismatch in the blacks, but in robot mode, man, I really barely notice it. I'm going to say it's a solid 9. We have a 10, we have a 9.5. Sorry, we have a 10, we have a 9. So overall, the guy's a 9.5 right now. Just for interest's sake, here he is next to Hoist. Again, I looked at Hoist in episode 673. Like, it's the same mold, essentially, but there's enough different about them that each of them make it their own. This is the Hoist, the Trailbreaker, I think I, and probably many fans have been waiting for a long time. Now, before you ask me, hey, GotBot, how is it that you can give this guy a 9? I mean, he has the like, door pieces hanging out behind him. Granted, that's not true to the animation, and I am usually a stickler for animation. It is true to his original G1 offering. And I looked at that vintage Trailbreaker in episode 379, so I'm kind of accepting of it because it gives us such an excellent alt mode. Do I wish they weren't there? Sure. Do I find it hinders anything? No. The only other imperfection that I can really point out is that the things coming up over his shoulders. One of them is gray. The little missile type thing is black. It should also be more of a grayish color. Again, whatever. I'm not that picky on it. But because of the imperfection of that being black and because of the imperfection of these pieces behind the arms, and because of a couple of imperfections in vehicle mode, that's why he's getting a 9. Rather than what I really wanted to give the guy, which was pretty much a 10. But I knew that that was kind of fan service on my part. So a 9.5 it is, and all we have left is the articulation. And the articulation for the guy is actually very, very good. We have a head that can go left and right. It looks up and down. We have arms that can go way up over his head. They can twist at the bicep. They can go all the way around, even with that truck piece. We have a super deep elbow. We do have, show it on this side, a wrist swivel. And I like that we do have a hand here. Or if you're like me and you want it to be the blaster thing, you can put this like all the way down in his hand. So like, you'd never know there's a hand there. We do have a nice waist, man. I love it. Legs all the way forward. Legs can go well back. We have a thigh swivel. Legs can go all the way out to the side. We have a double knee because of transformation, and we have ankle tilt. The guy is super solid. The guy stands really well. The articulation is pretty much all there that I could want. The articulation is at least a 9.5, 9.75. This is an excellent Trailbreaker. I would suggest to you that at least for the main line, they will be very hard pressed to do better than this. About the only 2 ways that I could think of to improve upon this would be to A, figure out a way to maybe at least have this panel fold up on the back, but that might make tabbing issues later on. But maybe if this could fold up so it was just the back of the arm. And maybe make sure that your black paint and your black plastic match each other a little better. That's really about it. Besides that, the guy is about as close to a perfect Trailbreaker as I think we're gonna get. And here we are once again. Okay, so on the negative side, it's too bad that the kind of warm black, super dark brown black doesn't quite match the paint. That's more of a cool stark black that's on his hood. But you know what, I barely notice it. In robot mode I really don't notice it very much at all. The silhouette is quintessential. These pieces on the back of his arms, yeah, they might be unfortunate, but if they were to fold up, I think that would fix it. It might hurt the vehicle mode though, and this is accurate to his G1 release, so I let it pass because everything else here is so ideal. The head sculpt is perfect to animation. The silhouette is, you know, unmistakably Trailbreaker. The articulation's fantastic, and if anything, the transformation is more solid and smoother than it was with Hoist. Certainly more solid. I love the articulation, the look, and the transformation. To me, that alone spells an absolute win. Let me know what you think about this guy. I appreciate you guys coming by, giving me some of your extremely valuable time, man. I do know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we offer to you through Teespring, or of course you can hit the join button right here on YouTube. While you're at it, hit the subscribe button, stick around, man. Have some fun with us. Don't forget that somehow, someway, each and every single day, man, you do make a difference. And I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams on Thursday nights, at the stop motion premieres, or the old-fashioned way right here inside the videos.